So today we are going to review the Coldture Chiller Pro. This is the latest chiller from Coldture. A little over 6 months ago, we added the original Coldture Chiller to our classic tub setup, basically eliminating the need for runs to the corner store to pick up bags of ice or constantly figuring out ways to make enough ice so we could gain the benefits of a cold plunge on a daily basis. So the advantage of a chiller has always been having your plunge tub ready to go when you are, as well as having the tub within an exact temperature range, which simply isn't possible with ice. The original Coldture Chiller did all of that, but I think the sign of a good company is that they continue to innovate and bring forward improvements for a much better user experience. And I feel that that's what Coldture has done here. So the first thing that you notice out of the box is that Coldture has added two massive handles to the Water Chiller Pro. Not only does this make the unit more aesthetically pleasing, but it really does make it easier to move the unit. The handles feel firm in hand and provide a solid point to lift the unit compared to the original unit that had much smaller and thinner handles that were attached to the side of the unit and just didn't feel like they were big enough to handle the weight. Secondly, Coldture with the original chiller had users' safety in mind, ensuring the unit had a breaker system built into the unit on the off chance the system experienced an electrical fault or overload. Just want to say here that ultimately it's always best to use a grounded plug with any unit for your safety if you are going to be cold plunging while the unit is attached to an outlet. So Coldture, seeing an opportunity to make the unit even safer, added a second safety shutoff to the plug. And in my opinion, any added safety feature is a bonus. And this makes the Pro unit something that can really ultimately be used both indoors and outdoors. In conjunction with a grounded plug, it will just make that unit that much safer. Now, when it comes to filtration, Coldture has made a couple changes in regards to this. Both of these things that they have done, I appreciate over the original unit. So the first thing that they added was a water softening cartridge that is used in conjunction with the main filter. As far as I know, I haven't seen this on any other cold plunge water units. This is a bonus, especially if you live in an area like I do in the mountains and the water that you have is extremely hard. Having a water softener will help prevent the mineral deposits from building up in your unit, prolonging its life, making sure that you can continue to take those icy dips for years to come. Now, that being said, it's always a good idea if you live in an area like me to flush the unit out every 3 months or so with distilled water to get rid of any excess buildup. Now, the other new filtration feature was changing from the original inline filtration to a much larger water capacity 20 micron main inlet filter to take out the fine debris. This change makes it a lot easier not only to monitor the debris in the system and notify yourself when it's time to change and clean the housing, but it makes it that much easier to access the filter for cleaning. So the final change, and probably the best improvement, was the app to control the Chiller Pro. With the new app, Coldture moved away from using a third-party app to using their own branded app. Originally, they used an app called Tuya, and it didn't work quite so well. The design of the new app is simpler, more straightforward, and easier to use. The largest improvement was the ease of setup. I had an issue getting Tuya to connect to my network with the original chiller, and while it worked in the end, I just felt like the app was unfinished and not really deserving of the product. It's nice to see when a company chooses to innovate, improve upon the look of a product, as well as improve its features. Again, this is what I love about companies like Coldture. They want to bring you the best product and at the end, the ultimate user experience. So I am excited to have the Coldture Water Chiller Pro in the studio and part of my training regiment. So that is our breakdown of the new Coldture Water Chiller Pro. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them down below. Also, please remember to like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell button so you get notifications. And until next time, see ya.